Here is the property at 16th Street in Rio Linda. I'm going to give you a narration as well as the photos I've looked at. I came in off of 16th. There's a large pasture out front. There's a wetland going across the front of the property, or a low spot, and you've got a bridge. That is S Street, is this easement. And I talked to this next door neighbor for a few minutes, and this is S Street. They don't expect it to ever get better than it looks like. It's paved up to this point, and there's a cable across there to keep people from looking. There's looks like somebody owns some trucks, or they're storing them here. These two pickups are the neighbors. There is a shed back there that has an eviction notice, so there's probably somebody living there. That's probably their trailer. Looks like a construction worker of some kind. So you have to watch. We want to look at whatever maintenance agreement you have on that road between you and the neighbors and find out what they've spent before. Okay, this house, this is adobe block. I only know a little bit about it. A friend of mine built one for himself way back, 50s, 60s, lived in it until he died in the last 10 years over off of Mead, just south of the zoo. It's made with mud, and if you look at it closely, and I've taken some photos, the stuff that's exposed to the rain, and it looks like everything else is pretty sheltered, but the block over here on this corner that was exposed, or this face, the block has receded a fraction of an inch from the mortar. So the mud is washing away. The mortar is still sticking out here a quarter of an inch on the corners, or a half inch here. But, you know, that's, what, 50 years of wear. It looks to me like this roof is a concrete slab. Oh, hello. How are you? You aren't a biter, are you? No. Oh, yeah. Came over to visit. Here's the back pastures. Yeah. So the roof looks like it was poured in place, I'm thinking, and then the planks with planking as forms, and then it was grouted. If those were poured on the ground as individual planks and set up there, I'm not sure. I mean, they could have been done that way, but I'm just not sure they could be done that cleanly. But that could be the case. It could have been poured on the ground and lifted, because there's clearly a joint. So then here it looks like some birds were able to eat away, chip away at it. So I don't know. Lightweight concrete, gunite. We'd have to find out what they were made of. Mortar, mud, that's a good question. And then, you know, the edges are becoming problems, just because of the quality of the, you know, how much cement was put in there, what kind of cement, what were the binders. So as I think you would call this a lintel when you go across the top of a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, these laminations, they create a beam. There's nothing, of course, they're not, but it does hold the whole thing together. So structurally, you know, this would pass an engineering test, my guess is. And it's a pretty cool place. This room, or this, I mean, you know, I could see me out in the middle of nowhere doing stuff like this. You've got dual pane windows in a frame. So, you know, and then it looks, you know, this has probably just bled moisture over the years and stained the frame. I don't see any rot there, but dual pane windows, that's pretty cool. This house, temperature-wise, is probably comfortable most of the time. Pecky cedar on the inside, so you know that's going to be termite proof. I would have a bug guy look at the house though, because I'm seeing some powder residue here and there, and I want to know what that would be from. And then they poured this floor, and it looks like he made more concrete tile and set the floor as pieces of concrete one at a time as tiles to get the texture he wanted. So this was not poured in place. There's something down below further. I don't know the thickness. Maybe you can find out from him. So in the dining room, you know, this series of cabinets here are kind of cheesy, you know, because there's no back to them. They're just sitting there. You know, they're just a divider. They're one piece of carpet in the house. More dual pane windows. I don't see any venting windows except in the bathrooms. You do want to check for a permit. So you could live in this house, and it probably wouldn't use a lot of power. It may not be that comfortable. There's 2 bathrooms. You know, this shower has seen better days. You could put a quick coating over it. The tile's coming off here because this wasn't put on anything solid. It was put on wood flexes, tile pops. So this shower has seen better days. But the point is, you know, there's a drain in the floor, there's plumbing in the wall. So if you decide to do something with this, you take this shower, you can enlarge it, retile it, replumb it, make it something more useful. There's a water heater here. I'm checking my timing. Water heater here. It's connected up to the solar stuff. It looks like it's fairly well labeled. And there's a diagram for it. So the water heater itself looks newer. All this stuff looks, you know, almost brand new. The thing on the roof looks older. It could be, you know, could date back to the 70s, but I don't know. So here's where I look at the roof, and I look at it, you know, as poured in place. So it's hard to tell, and I see like he used forms with plywood and plastic on top, and I see the wrinkles from the plastic. So this was poured in place up there, and I just don't know the quality of the concrete. So, you know, low grade. Hopefully there's steel in it. And that was poured in place. This almost looks like planks over here because I see individual joints, like it was poured on the ground and then hauled up here, and then the lines were filled. So this is an interesting project. Oops, one light. Laundry. So, you know, how would you make this space work better for yourself? Stack a washer and dryer in that corner, and get it out of this corner. Some cheesy light fixtures. This is slate, you know, to kind of go with the rest of the theme. Old sink. Old stuff. Hello.